Here's our latest run of what could be our next tropical system, Patty. We could have a pocket of severe weather moving through the Midwest tomorrow the 25th. We have another digging trough in the Northeast that is expected to bring cooler temps for at least the next 4 to 5 days, and it's looking much more likely that the North and Western states will experience a much cooler Halloween night than the South and Eastern states. Today is October 24th, 2024, and let's get into the weather updates. Now, of course, everyone's immediate concern would be if this potential tropical system, Patty, did get itself together and take a track like this, but there is plenty of time, and the odds that this storm doesn't wobble or the track doesn't modify itself over time is very unlikely. But I've been saying this in the beginning, I do believe we have decent development chances down in the Caribbean moving into next week. A lot of people like to say, well, this is just one model. Well, let's look at a few models. Here's your low pressure signal with the GFS, the CFS, the Canadian, the Euro, the GEFS ensembles, and the Canadian ensembles. Now, what do all these models have in common? They show a deepening low pressure around the central Caribbean moving into the end of October. We also know that the Caribbean waters are at almost the warmest they've been all season, and there isn't expected to be too much shear to interfere with any possible development. Does this mean we're going to get a strong hurricane that's going to shoot right up into the Gulf or towards Florida? No, but it does mean we are going to keep our eye on this region as we move into this weekend and the beginning of next week, simply because we understand that the environment in the Caribbean looks primed for tropical development. As I said earlier, we do have a trough digging into the Northeast, you can see it there, that will give us a cool down for the next 4 to 5 days. And as we move into next Monday, you can see there is another digging trough over to the west that is expected to bring cold temperatures and possibly severe weather. Now, this is a setup for Halloween evening around 6 p.m. according to the Euro. You can see we have this large ridge out to the east that should be keeping temperatures slightly above normal and should be keeping us drier. While this trough moving across the west coast is going to bring the temperatures down and possibly set up for some severe weather across the center of the country. Now, we've talked about this in my stream a few times. I said that this trough looked like it could negatively tilt, but what that can do is promote bringing more heat energy up and around into the system while that cold air is mixing into the south as well. Now, this can promote a much more unstable atmosphere in this region, and that is why I do think come October 31st into November 1st, we are going to have a potential severe weather outbreak to watch out for. Last but not least, we are finally expecting some rainfall across the Midwest here as we move into the next few days, which I know is good because a lot of these areas are experiencing a drought. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. If you like this type of content, feel free to throw me a follow, and I'll see you in the next video.